Starting in 3, 2, 1. Doing! Welcome to the Betsndat Sports Betting podcast. Number one in the Southern Hemisphere, just not for English. We've got the usual suspects here. We've got Chimes. He's back from his 1 week excursion. Charlie, welcome back. Also, Zeke, our main man, and my name's Nate. Welcome to the show. How's everyone doing?
Oh, man. Good to be back. Sorry about last week. A little mishap, but...
they call it a mishap, man. But surely we'll get to it. We're just going to kick things off as we always do with a bit of gratitude. Chimes?
Hey, I'm glad to be back next to you.
Oh, yeah.
Just gotta just be careful we don't touch each other too much. But I'm actually really grateful for two hardworking men behind the scenes, Louis and Tony. They do a lot of work and you know, obviously we're the ones that everyone sees. But yes, appreciate all the hard work they do. And just thankful for them. But also I just want to shout out Louis' calves and Tony's arms. Thank you.
It's crazy seeing... Damn, I keep forgetting he's not Filipino.
Cambodian.
Yeah. Bro, he's got crazy genetics for Cambodian.
Oh, man. Cambodia's like the Samoans of Asia.
What, cheetahs? Sorry. Anyway, Charlie.
Yeah, bro. I'm quite grateful for this week is our culture. Obviously, last week I lost someone close to me, and just seeing everyone come together to celebrate her life has been awesome to see. And that's my grateful, just the family and our culture. So yeah.
Oh man.
My grateful is for my family, Jaleel and Christina. They hosted me over in Sydney, where I was the last week, and just they stay out in like Bondi, hey. It's different to the west, man. Way better. It's snowing in summer. It opens your eyes to like a healthy lifestyle, man. They wake up 4:30 a.m. They go to all their work done, and they own their own businesses. So,
man, that's crazy. Like I've seen Zeke text at like 8:30 in the morning. He'll reply back at 11. He goes, "What a text to wake up to!"
That was just today.
For my gratitude this week, I'm grateful for the big man Charlie from Wina. We missed your presence on the show last week. It was quite serious, eh?
What?
Last week? I don't know. I felt like there wasn't as much laughter or fun. Everyone was quite analytical, you know.
So you're just saying that I'm just here for you guys to take the piss out of me?
Nah. I'm just happy everyone's back. What are we wearing this week, boys?
I'm wearing Leeds Rhinos. Thanks to also Gaff Lidway for giving us the jersey. I don't think he played for them, but he would have played against some Leeds boys. So yeah, that's who I'm repping this week.
We should have to name 5 players from the team there.
Ryan Hall, Micah Sivo, couple of.
Yeah.
Well done.
I'm rocking the Pontsby Rugby Club. Shout out to Wayne and Peter Luce for hooking me up with this. Played this club many a times. I don't think I've ever won against this team. So they have a saying that's no easy ponies. So yeah, that's true for my little journey in the rugby club scene.
Nice, yeah. Who would be the biggest player to ever go to that club?
Mate.
Brian Williams? No.
Anyway, you got Ali Williams, you got, I don't know, you got Sam Tui Tapo. A lot of the Auckland boys that have played Super Rugby, their alliance is to Pontsby Rugby Club.
Did you play with Ali Williams?
Yeah, I played with Ali Williams.
How close are you to him?
I know him.
Any sponsors? You could use the money from his helipad just to hook up the show, man.
Oh, I think, I'll let him know.
We're in the Wallabies. I don't really like them anymore, but grew up supporting them. Favourite players were like Stephen Larkham, Mortlock, Matt Rogers. Yeah, just name a few. But
any island players?
Yeah, Falau, Quay Cooper. He's Māori, but we'll claim him. Then they went a bit woke. So
I love those early 2000s, 90s teams. They were bad. Still best centre pairing I've ever seen. Tim Horan, Jason Little.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm wearing Takapuna Rugby Club. I want to shout out Storm Hitawa from MyFM for lending me his hoodie.
Stormzy.
Yeah. According to him, this club has the best looking fans in New Zealand. He goes, you won't find this many snow bunnies anywhere else. On the sidelines. Yeah. I don't know if that's a factor. I've never seen them play, but yeah.
And shout out to Troy Kingi for the Takapuna Gorillas. He's still looking for players, so if anyone wants to play.
Is that Troy Kingi the musician?
Nah. Sorry, Troy Tipene. We call him Troy Kingi. my mate Brandon's there.
Oh, yeah.
He tries to run up the boys that come play every week. No, it's actually fun as. So I think we got Stormzy, and that's why Stormzy's now, one of their key players.
Nice. Yeah. Very good. Down to some business, fellas. We're going to recap last week's bets, starting with Bring a Leg, followed by Lock or Laugh. How'd you do, brother?
You want to go?
No, it's you. He's looking at you.
You
don't want to look at me anymore.
Nah,
what's changed, man?
Look, man, I was like this. I'm a
if
bit
you want
shy
your own
because
seat,
I was
just
over
sit.
there last week, and now I'm, Nah, I got real close. so close you can call me almost. But yeah, I had Jack Bostock, anytime try scorer. He scored the first try of the game on Friday. Waz Dragons, either team to win by 1-12. I thought the Waz was my initial lean, but I thought it would be a safe option because the Waz didn't have a great record over there, so it ended up being a 1-point win. And then my last leg was Panthers 1-12. Ended up being a 30-all draw. And I think Jerome Hughes would have won that game, but close but no cigar.
It was tough, man. I was really rooting for you, man. I felt like
I had 2 out of 4 legs. I think mine was pretty unlucky as well. I had Jack Della Maddalena to win, and he won pretty comfortably. Sharks to beat Manly. And then it was the Raiders. I don't think you kept a 20-point lead, or giving up a 20-point lead at halftime. And then I think Manon Fiorot, she lost a close decision to Valentina Shevchenko.
So 2 from 4.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's us, man. It's us.
Nah, man. This is a different kind of 2 from 4.
For my Bring a Leg, I went Titans head-to-head against the Knights, which hit. Also got Warriors head-to-head against the Dragons. Brian To'o, anytime try scorer missed. He looked a little undercooked in that game. And the disaster of them all was Tigers plus 15.5. I mean, never again. That was an ugly game for me. Lock or Laugh. Obviously, Chaz, you didn't do any bets last week.
I reckon he would have hit if he was here.
Lock or Laugh. This is the one where we each pick, thinking that like this is the best one of the lot. Whichever bets we put forward, this is the mainstay. Charms, what do you have?
I had Greg Maju, the Knights winger, anytime try scorer, paying $1.90. So he let me down 2 weeks in a row. Unfortunately, he got injured. So I hope he does have a quick recovery. But yeah, I'm never betting on a Samoan with a Balangi surname ever again.
Man.
Until next week.
Hard luck, Goose. Hard luck.
My one was Bilal Muhammad to have a takedown in round 2. And I think it was a minute 24 left. He got JDM against the cage, and he got him down to a knee, but that doesn't constitute as a takedown. So he sprung back up. Yeah, I knew his grappling would be pretty good, JDM, his defense, but I didn't expect it to come out with such a smart game plan.
Oh, damn, I thought, because I was trying to watch it, and I thought it was just you hold them, and they can't move for like 30 seconds. I don't know where I got my Samoan rule book from. So what's a takedown? Like,
So I think you got to have some kind of control. Like I think either on their bum or on their back. They got the person you take down, and it has to be for some kind of some time, like at least like a second or 2.
So okay, don't laugh at me because I know this shit. Is it like wrestling where like you have to count in your head like 1, 2, 3? Is that
kind of? Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior over here.
My lock missed as well. Damn, this was ugly as well. Manly minus 2.5 against the Sharks. I thought being at home, a few players back, they looked clunky, got blown out in the end. So, yeah.
I think that's the first time we've all missed our locks on the same week.
For real?
Yeah.
Nah.
We've had a week where all of us miss a lock.
I think so.
Nah, let me.
I know there were a few weeks where I was carrying.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, there was actually. I'm pretty bad. I think I've missed so many in a row now.
Damn, that's not a good look, man.
No.
But I make up by giving underdogs on Instagram and Twitter. So
Yeah.
If we had
You should give us some locks on your Instagram if you make it public. You should make an Instagram post.
Now, how about if I just feed it to Betsndat? But
No,
then
because
he
I
doesn't
feed
use the
you.
page. But it's clearly say this is Chime's shit pick, not yours.
They'll set you up.
Mate, good content though.
Moving on to our biggest news stories of the week. Obviously, Zeke talked about this just before. Jake Della Medalena. I always say his name.
I've never heard of that one.
The UFC welterweight champ. I saw you post something that, man, you saw this coming a while back, or you're getting all the Anzac fans to support him.
I knew he was special, especially for New Zealand, Australian fight. I don't really rate Anzac fighters, to be honest. We've got a slow production line, but yeah, it's to what he's to become champion with the line of fighters that are in contention at the moment. It's pretty good. I think it might have been a little bit favourable, like at the right time, but yeah, can't. Yeah, I think he's. Yeah, he could probably defend for a fight or two, and it might get a bit sketchy after that. But yeah.
So who would he be fighting next?
Islam Makhachev will come up from lightweight.
Is that, you know how the weight difference?
Mm.
I'm asking as a casual, knows nothing, right? You know when you see them standing side by side, you don't see much of a difference, but is there a difference?
I don't think it'll be too much of a difference, but I think he can win that one. After seeing how well he dealt with Bilal's grappling, I knew he would have a good, like I said before, I knew he would have a good game plan, just who was coaching him into that fight. But even more so, I'm confident now with the time that he'll have. Yeah.
And because he's moved up, he's vacated a belt?
Yeah. Well, he should be doing it. I think that's got announced by today.
Yeah. But that's the fight you wanted to see, right?
Nah, I wanted to see Islam stay at lightweight to fight Ilia Topuria.
Because he used to be with the Kazakhstanis, but not anymore.
Oh, the Dagestani.
Oh, Dagestani.
No, I used to like them when no one else liked them. But then
Yeah.
they started cherry picking their fights and
Yeah.
making excuses, yeah.
Oh, man, I was thinking about Borat. Moving on to the NBA playoffs, the Knicks and the Pacers both have 3-1 leads. Oh, no, this is old news, right? The Pacers are...
Well, yeah, the Pacers actually won today.
Yeah.
So when this gets released tomorrow, there would be winners 4-1 against the Cavs. The Cavs had the best record in the NBA, but they were exposed a bit. But a few injuries with like Garland and Mobley, but it's been really cool. The playoffs just has been with underdogs barking and upsetting higher rated teams. One of them being Tony's team, the Celtics. They're currently down 3-1 against the Knicks.
So by the time this show is...
It'll be either 4-1 Knicks or 3-2 Celtics.
Do you see them winning without Tatum?
No.
Dang.
I mean, they were winning with Tatum, and they just lost their best player.
Damn.
Yeah,
What do you think of the Pacers?
The Pacers are dangerous. Like right now, the Knicks are playing really well, but the Pacers are red hot, man. They can't miss from three, and their defense all of a sudden has just been locking down teams. So,
Is Julius Randle in the Pacers? No.
he used to be with the Knicks, and now he's with the Timberwolves.
He's-
and
oh,
in the
that's where I
past,
saw.
Randle had some really bad playoff performances, but he's actually been cooking for the Wolves. Like him and Anthony Edwards, he's been really good.
Yeah. And the NBA draft, the lottery was
Yeah,
announced.
so just the lottery, just to see like who picks first in the order.
Yeah.
So the Mavs, they end up winning the lottery, and after having a horror season with trading away their best player, Luka Doncic, they fall forward and get the first pick when they had only 1.8% chance of getting that. It's really low odds.
In regards to like the lottery, they've only got so if it's the balls they put into a lottery, they've only got like 3 balls in there, and some of the other teams have got like 12, 15.
Yeah, because it used to be even more favourable for the worst teams, but they try to make it so you can't just
can't
actively tank. Exactly.
Yeah.
So the top or the worst 3 teams, they've got like a 14% chance each, and then the 4 teams maybe 10%. So the Mavs are way down at 1.8%. So they had a chance, but obviously their chance was like 10th best, and they still managed to to get the first pick, which will probably be Cooper Flagg from Duke, who's been an awesome player. So I think now the Mavs have got 3 like really good white players like Dirk Nowitzki, Luka, and now likely going to be Cooper Flagg.
Yeah, but when you see a team would you use that lottery in the NFL? Because, teams do tank. Some teams have got the number 1 pick consecutively. I mean, you think of the Jags with all the number 1 picks, they're still a shit team.
I think it's different in the NFL because NFL they're not willing to build through the draft and do they want more instant gratification. And the thing about NFL as well is when you don't perform, owners don't have the time to wait. So they're going to fire coaching staffs, GMs, trade players, get cut players. You know?
Also, not so much in the NBA.
Well, NBA, they're more willing to sort of like, I guess they're more realistic in saying, hey, there is no any given Sunday. Like to win a championship, you have to do really well in the regular season, and then you've got to win playoff series after playoff series. You know, with the NFL, you can just get to the playoffs, and then you can sort of win a game or two, and then all of a sudden you're in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I just feel like NFL owners, they're not willing to wait for, rebuild over 3 to 5 years.
Because you know how some teams in the NFL, they do build through the draft, right? Especially when they're in a location where most players don't want to go to.
Yeah.
So when it comes to free agency, they don't really get the players that they want to get. So if you get like a team like the Colts, right, who have to build through the draft, then you get, say, the Rams, who can use their location to entice players to come there.
Yeah.
Is that the same, or does everybody have the kind of same, I guess, technique when it comes to drafting in the NBA?
No, I mean, like, there's definitely teams that are more prone to build through the draft. Like, let's say, like a Utah Jazz, they're really, and they were actively trying to tank, and I think they got like fined during the season. But other teams, they're still undecided where they want to get a good draft pick, but they still want to compete. And now you're incentivized to make the play-in. If you're like a top 10 team in your conference, you can, like, you're not a top, like, guaranteed playoffs, but you can have those play-in games. So if you win the play-in games, then you get a chance to make the playoffs. So that's why that the worst place to be is sort of the 10th best team in your conference to like, or actually the 8th best to like the 10th or 11th best, because then you're going to be in sort of no man's land of, can you compete for playoffs, or are you more likely better to just like build your team through the draft and youth?
You almost get punished that way. It's like when you see NFL teams kind of make the wild card position, and they're just stuck there, especially when they lose and it comes to the draft.
Yeah, because I mean, look at the Browns, right? Like the Browns, despite being one of the worst teams for like decades, like they've always spent money. Like they gave Zeke's favorite quarterback, Deshaun Watson, $200 something million. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So like they're a team that should have said, oh, actually, let's don't spend any money on big free agents. Let's just go through the draft and make smart free agent signings. And yet they've just kept shooting themselves in the foot, wasting money, and they're still in the same position. Like they might get a really good running back, or they already did with Judkins, but like they've got so many holes in their team, and I feel like certain teams like that should blow it up, but they don't.
Yeah.
Even though they
it comes down to the owner.
Yeah.
Moving on to Super Rugby. Chiefs get their revenge against the Crusaders and back to the top of the table. Blues are currently 5th. Canes 6th. Warner 7th. What do you think of that Chiefs Crusaders game?
Yeah, the first half was pretty tight, but awesome performance from the Chiefs in the second half just to blow them out. And blow them out like that, like 35-18, 19. That's a big statement. Obviously, Chiefs lost the weekend before, so a little bit of a revenge kind of game. But oh man, you can see it. I don't think many teams like the Crusaders. So obviously, respectively, like rugby wise, just everyone loves beating the Crusaders. It's just been too good for too long.
Cover your bases. Yeah, very good. NRL. Everyone's talking Origin at the moment. It's not too far away. And all the experts or former players are putting together their I guess, selections for the Maroons and the Blues. You guys got any State of Origin bolters?
The guy we mentioned on the show a few times, Bo Fermor.
Yeah, Bo Fermor, Kurt Mann. Can't really think of who's eligible for Queensland. I think New South Wales is pretty names. All the names are pretty much floating around now.
Yeah. I think someone like Pappenhausen could make the utility. I think isn't he like too light for like an Origin?
If you're going to pick him at fullback, otherwise.
Start at fullback, otherwise not at all.
Yeah, the forwarding, the bench spot has to be someone that can play.
More versatile, right?
Yeah, more versatile.
I see a lot of, I guess, these panel shows over on Fox. They keep putting Turbo on the wing. What do you think of that?
Yes.
Nah, I would. Yeah, there's nothing. If you're going to pick him center or fullback. You can't. The wingers bringing the ball back too much. He's just going to get beat up. He's already a bit injured.
Yeah. So he can do the finishing part, but all the other stuff, that's not his game, eh?
Yeah,
not good for his body.
Yeah.
Your front rower to pair Payne Haas for New South Wales?
Probably Mitch Barnett.
Yeah.
I think Smokey could be Max King.
Yeah.
Max King. Josh King.
From Bulldogs?
Storm and Bulldogs. Josh King and Max King.
Oh, yeah? Are they brothers?
No. Because I don't think they're related.
No room for Terrell?
Man, this is a hot take, man. I don't think he's made for Origin. Wouldn't get mad at him being selected, but I don't think his style is. You need kind of like a Spencer Leniu. I would rather have him off the bench. But yeah, you wouldn't look at a place, but I just wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe in 18, 19, around there.
Damn.
Yeah.
Do you see Collins still playing a role for Queensland in the front row?
He's coming off a few injuries, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't looked too much into Queensland. I've just been looking at New South Wales. I think more interesting selections going on there.
So there's no room for a bolter in the back line, eh?
Not that I can think of.
There's still, he looked a bit, he still needs a bit of time.
Yeah, I think there's certain players, they just show up for Origin, eh? I think it's like him, Latrell, Turbo. But yeah, the thing that I get annoyed about when I see online is fans don't take into consideration, they think selectors are just picking on like, oh, he's a good player, let's pick him. You got to think of combinations, how many positions they can play, goal kicking, there's all those things, eh?
Yeah.
And just, so it will be interesting.
When New South Wales had, I think at one point they had Uppy at 9. What's his name? What's the halfback for Panthers? What's his name?
Cleary.
Yeah, that guy. They had Uppy, Cleary, and I forgot who else. Oh, Isaiah Yeo. That combination, it didn't really work out for them.
Yeah, sometimes the NRL game plan doesn't translate into Origin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting.
Without knowing the exact squads, just based off feel. I know you're not really a feel guy, but do you see Queensland winning this year?
I don't know. I got no idea. I haven't even thought that far ahead.
Just trying to get my bet in early, man. And just to round it off, I've never ever done this before, but let's talk some football. Tottenham versus Man United.
Oh yeah, they're playing next week in the Europa League final. So it's a chance for Tottenham to win some silverware, a trophy for the first time in a long time. So I think 2008 was the last time they won a trophy.
Damn.
Harry Kane won with Bayern Munich just gone there.
Yeah. And that's another thing, that people that leave Tottenham, they go into other clubs and they win a trophy straight away. So yeah, whether they're fringe players or a best player like Harry.
What's the odds for that game?
Man U are definitely favourites.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's a neutral ground. It's over in, I think, Bilbao in Spain.
Oh, yeah, I played there.
So yeah.
Hey.
You played there?
Semi-finals, so the same thing. Semi-finals in top 14, they take it wherever.
What's the nightlife like?
Oh, no, I don't know. I can't remember.
Let's talk some NRL. We're just going past round 10. It was a gangster round of rugby league on Thursday night. We had the Eels losing out to the Dolphins 16-20.
I barely caught any games this week, but I think Eels did all right. I think people tend to look at results more instead of how they lost or how they won.
Yeah.
I think Eels can hold their heads high. They were coming back.
Yeah. I'm going to go through these scores and you guys just point out if you had any memorable moments from watching these games. But we had the Titans beat out the Knights 24-20 on Friday night. Also,
that's pathetic. I mean, the Knights to give up that lead from at home.
Yeah.
And then good on the Titans to come back like that and win it. But when you've got a lead like that at home and you just crumble, that's just.
That was
it's like the Broncos.
Sorry?
Sorry.
We're talking about the Knights. We're talking about the Knights and the Titans. I don't know how.
No, sorry. Just got confused.
So what are you saying, Zeke, about the read for that game?
I think just from a betting angle, that was a pretty easy game to read. Like I said, Titans, that's the kind of game you bet them.
Yeah.
You would never play a team like the Knights, big favourites.
Broncos 14, Rabbitohs 22. Latrell Magic.
Oof. I don't know who tries that. Any other player would even try something like that in that weather. Broncos are pretty bad. I think that was my worst.
But that's again 14-0 up. Even if they don't have the
Of
best
course you want to
record.
expand on it.
No,
Yeah.
a little bit. But you mentioned last week how the Broncos are the worst second half team in the NRL. But
they just haven't overcome any deficit.
Yeah, but this time they had the lead and then they lost it.
I don't want Adam Reynolds back next year. Nah.
I think they rebuild it.
Yeah, I seen an article an hour before we started recording the show that the Tigers are interested. I don't know if he's just using that to drive up his price, but I hope no one at the Broncos says, "Yep, we'll pay it."
Damn.
Yeah.
People turn quick.
Hey.
I think
Masterclass is kicking a few weeks back.
I think if he is to go anywhere, would go back to South to finish off. But
True.
He says that he loves Brisbane. He says his family's settled.
He loves the checkbook. Bulldogs 32, Raiders 20. This was on Saturday. Great game.
My Shayla. Ah, man, you can't. I don't know how you could cap anything like that. That was bad, man. That was bad. Stephen Crichton for like those 15 or so minutes.
Bro, magic, man.
He just made Chris and Tamale look bad, man.
But the Bulldogs, man, like they're the best second half team in the NRL.
Are they?
Like, yeah, I think they've only conceded 48 points the whole season.
One time I bet them, they got smoked by the Broncos.
Yeah.
Bro.
But even that game though, like they won the second half. You know, like they're just a team that, whatever the coach is saying in the sheds, man.
Damn, bro. Saturday, close one. Warriors 15, Dragons 14. Anyway, moving on. Panthers, Cowboys. Any thoughts on your Warriors, man?
They
Chaz,
just
any thoughts on you? You watch the game?
No, man. I don't know. It was a good game. Well, obviously, Luke Cleary.
Oh, how dare you!
Metcalf, mate, he just controlled the game, and I think there's a lot of doubt with the Warriors, and a lot of people giving the Warriors a hard time. But man, I think just these close games are just building their culture within their team and they can slowly start to believe, man.
They got a bit of edge about them,
Yeah. Winning close.
Their points difference is 1.
Yeah. It was 0 last week and it's 1 this week. And they got a bit of a patch of games. Like Dolphins, I think they should win, but they've got Dolphins, Raiders, Rabbitohs, Sharks, Panthers, Broncos. So, I don't think they'll win all those games, but if they come out of that, with 3 wins out of 5.
I think they've got the Broncos during the second period.
Oh, they've got Origin too. Yeah, so we're playing weekend size as well.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're happy about winning those kinds of games, I want the best. This was a freaky game on Saturday night. Panthers, Cowboys, 30-all draw. Even went to Golden Point. Well, obviously, because it was a draw, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed. Cowboys should have won that, man.
Yeah.
I think Jay Clifford got dropped for this week.
Yeah.
So he didn't ice his chances, so yeah.
He had 2 Was it the same
I think
guy?
he had like 3 or 4.
The drop goals.
Like chances, yeah.
Oh, and towards the end of the first half.
I think Curry just had the one.
I think some of Reece Robson's delivery.
Yeah. That's why I would, like areas like that, I prefer Uppy.
Yeah.
Just, way more crisp. And then Chimes sent Mitch Kinney a DM about...
Hey, we need to talk about that.
Trillion.
Obviously, Mitch Kinney, I don't know if you guys saw, but he received a DM from an angry punter who was heckling him or just like giving him the worst words you could ever think of for not icing the game or getting the ball to Cleary to kick the field goal, But like we said, like bet responsibly. And don't send DMs to these footy players, man.
Yeah, you look like an idiot, eh?
Yeah.
Those guys, and they always do it with like a private account or like an account where you can't see their face, or like it's no name.
Not the one holding your baby. Ah.
And it's probably like they lost $10.
Trillions. West Tigers, Storm, Amy Park, 64 points to 0.
Right, I don't think anyone with that performed this weekend, they gave it that performance against that Storm team. That would have happened to anyone. Yeah. So, yeah. Melbourne, after an embarrassing loss, dry track down there. Yeah, you can't really hang your head that low. But that video, the Tigers ones at the airport with that fan.
Oh, yeah.
That's not even bad, bro.
No, like I want to say this, right? You know how there's that Tigers fan who walks up to the Tigers players at the airport, right? Asking for a photo or a selfie. It's like, fuck, stop doing that, man. 1, Jerome was like FaceTiming his kids. 2, like, man, no one owes you anything. Like, just because you're a fan doesn't mean it owes you a photo.
Gives you the access and the ability to just do whatever,
Or even if you do want to chat to them, just be a fucking human, eh?
Well, I seen Royce Hunt on Friday night out in Sydney at this gig that I was. He's huge, bro. But as soon as I saw him, I was like, bro, Melbourne are going to pump these dudes.
This guy put it in the group chat, and I was like, when he said that, I was like, tell him to go home. I got him on my bet. Sharks 30 pulled away in the end there against Manly, 30 points to 14 at home for the Sea Eagles.
Yeah, man, it's a bit disappointing, eh?
I told you all, man. Yeah, I don't know.
What's going on with DCE, bro? Because it was mud.
Since I think it's just kind of gone downhill since that signing.
announcement?
Yeah.
The only good thing about it is like it just, takes away the curtain for people to really see what Luke Brooks is like.
Bro, he's cool, man.
Huh?
He's all good.
Nah, she's all right. Yeah. Don't wanna. Yeah. Keep it up, Nate. Keep it up.
But even though his performance haven't been that great for Manly, I reckon DC is the type of guy. Game one, he'll be one of the best players in the field.
Yeah,
He'll
he's
carve
another
up.
player,
Yeah.
big game player.
Like he's not like he used to chase guys down. He used
The
to
effort players aren't there anymore.
like
eh?
not even going to the line like he used to.
Mm.
Makes me sad, man. Like end of an era.
Michael Jordan.
Hey, let's talk about Chazza. You can jump in on this as well. Chimes, your best team
Best team in the NRL?
last week.
Yeah, definitely. I'll go with the Bulldogs. For
Yeah.
me, just continue like how they just win second halves. That turnaround, that comeback against the Raiders, not an easy place to play. And just the fashion they did it in was impressive. So go Bulldogs.
Yeah, I'm Bulldogs as well, bro. Just
Yeah.
a comeback. And it's like, obviously you're playing against the top two teams, and being able to do that, obviously Canberra letting lead go, but
Yeah, very nice.
I go Storm.
Yeah,
64
Yeah.
donut.
yeah. I went Bulldogs, but like there's no easy team. I know, like as a casual watcher, you think there's easy teams, but man, they're all pro footy players. They all prepare well, and for you to not score a point, man. Damn.
Yeah, I think Bulldogs are good for a second half. I don't think they're good for a whole game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
I still went Bulldogs. Now, but like, I see that. Worst team.
It could be the Tigers, but I've gone with the Broncos. Sorry, just the way that they just fold, and they have whether they're winning or losing. I just like they're just second half team. They're like the Celtics. They're in the clutch. They just don't perform.
Yes.
But they don't live up to their talent, and like they've got experienced players. They've got really good players. They have a lot of guys playing Origin. But yeah, maybe that turns around this week against the Great Dragons.
There was no need for that. There was no need for the ending of that. Chazza?
I've gone with the Tigers. Just like what they said before, bro. 0 and yeah. But I'll back what Zeke was saying. Yeah, it didn't matter what team was coming at those fellas after. I think we brought that stat up before. That these guys never lose 2 in a row. So yeah.
Very nice. Zeke, worst team for you?
Broncos. They haven't scored a second half try in 3 weeks.
Whoa,
That's so bad, bro.
they're so bad, bro.
So, yeah.
Broncos. Let's look at the upcoming round.
Want to go best players in that?
Oh, yes, sorry, my bad. I was just traumatized there for a second. Best player.
I'd love to say Luke Metcalf. He's been amazing, but this week it's Ryan Pappenhausen with the hat trick, and I think he's making a case for him to be included in their 17 for Origin.
Chazza?
I've gone with Crichton.
Yeah.
Just the leadership to turn the game around and make some big plays. Yeah.
Is that because Tedesco had a bye?
If I was here last week, I would have said that.
Homole's going to be so sad watching this.
I got Ryan Pappenhausen as well.
Yeah. I'm with Chazza. I've gone with Stephen Crichton, man. Just turning a game around like that. I wish someone at the Broncos would do something like that. But yeah, moving on. Best player in a losing team?
Even though his team sucks, I got Dylan Lucas, second row from the Knights. I like how he plays. He's consistent. And they're a better team with him there because like, I think when he was out, you could just see that they didn't have the same go forward. And like they score more points with him on the team. He just needs some of his teammates to just...
Is he a New South Welshman?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Damn, their stocks are mean.
Yeah, bro.
I got either Starling or Strange, eh?
Yeah?
What are you laughing at?
No, because this guy's waiting for his turn.
Sorry, I was used to last week.
Laurie Daly and Gus over here. No, go on also.
I've got this team didn't lose, but they drew. I've got Blaze Talangi.
Yeah.
And I just think he's the way the Panthers are probably playing, and he's just offering an out for Cleary, like another. Like he had a couple assists with the hand and a couple assists off the foot, and they scored their tries like that. So
Nice.
I like the way he's playing.
Yeah, he stepped up. First time he's kind of stepped up. 4 tries or something like that.
Yeah.
I got either Starling or Strange for Canberra.
I like that Strange kid, bro.
They just play their hard nuts. They're like those kids that were eating sand at lunchtime. Yeah.
There was a try-saving tackle he made on the fullback. Bro, he was gone.
Yeah.
Would you take him or Lockie Galvin?
Oh, but I think they were the 2 best New South Wales rookie halfbacks coming up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Strange. I like Strange.
I like Strange too. Best player in a losing team, I went with Jackson Purdue from the Cowboys. He just popped up everywhere, just clutch moments, whether it was carrying from the back or assist or last link. Bro, the man was always there. He's not even that old, eh?
No,
But
he's pretty young, I think.
they've moved him to the halves this week, replacing Clifford.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that his normal position in the halves?
I'm not too sure.
I don't know. That's the first time I've seen a full game, and I was like, bro, who is this? Looking at the week ahead, Friday night, Knights 14th take on the Eels. It's at the Knights home ground at McDonald Jones Stadium. Any thoughts, boys?
I'll go Eels.
Yeah.
Let's go Eels.
Knights are the favoured team.
I don't like Knights as
they?
favourites.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't like Knights as favourites.
Eels are paying
think,
$2
Moses will be stepping up even more, trying to get that Origin jersey.
Yeah.
Lomax is back,
Oh, nice.
if that makes a difference. Yeah. Bulldogs, Roosters also on the Friday night. 1st versus 9th. Roosters had the bye last week.
I think Roosters are my new adopted team.
Ah.
Since I stayed at Bondi. Bulldogs should win. But it should be, I think it's a game of the round. Big game.
Yeah.
They usually have a big history.
I think Roosters will cover, but I think they could even sneak an upset. I think, after coming back from a bye, a lot of their big time players they'll be playing well anyway before the bye, and then guys like Tedesco, he may not be enough to take that jersey back from Edwards, but he's going to try his best to make it a case. So
I think Smith's back this week too.
Brandon Smith?
Sandon.
Sandon?
Yeah.
Nice.
He played Aussie touch, eh?
Hey.
He played touch for Australia, that's why he's so... Yeah.
Silky. Saturday, we got the Dolphins versus the Warriors at the Warriors' second home ground at Suncorp Stadium.
Is that Suncorp?
Yeah.
Oh, that gives me more confident. Warriors.
Yeah,
I think Warriors will win. I'm a little bit worried that they've been travelling a lot. They travelled Magic around to Brisbane, back to New Zealand, over to Sydney,
Yeah.
catch the bus down to Wollongong.
Fisher Harris makes his return. Does that?
Dolphins. Warriors. Yeah.
Saturday, Cowboys, Sea Eagles up in Townsville. Cowboys will be dirty after their last draw.
Yeah. I don't know. Eagles got a good record here, I think. I would have to go Cowboys, more consistent lately.
Nice. Following that game at Shark Park, we got Cronulla taking on Melbourne.
I've got Storm for that. Win close.
I got Storm, but you have in your upcoming multi, eh?
That's my lock.
Oh, it's your lock. Storm, what, 1 to 12?
1 to 12.
Since Hines has left Melbourne, the Sharks have lost 13 plus to the Storm every game.
Really?
You can't change your luck.
No.
But I don't think Storm even like going to Shark Park. Yeah, I don't know. I think you might be in for a decent bit.
Sunday, Arvo game, Suncorp. It's the Broncos taking on the Dragons. It's the return of the chosen one, Ezra Mam.
Murderer.
Hey, come on.
I'm joking.
You got to think about the players' mental health, guys.
Hey, I just called them my worst team, but I think Broncos are gonna, with Man back,
Yeah.
they're gonna win, and they're gonna win comfortably.
I wish Reece Walsh was back, man. That's his like
His type of
when
game.
him and Mam are together.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
on. You think Broncos should win, eh?
Yeah.
I don't trust them to win, but I'm just excited to see him back.
Yeah, I think Dean Mara will have 2 or more. If he doesn't, he should be arrested. Corey Allen was so bad last week.
Bro, I thought he was a front rower.
Oh, he was making mistakes I've never ever seen on a field.
Is he a winger? Is he an actual winger?
He was a centre winger fullback, but he was actually the man.
Maybe
coming
he
through
played
the grades.
Origin. He played one game Origin.
Coming through the
was
grades.
that
He
the
was
worst Origin team ever that they said?
Probably.
Yeah,
And they won?
I think it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
But because he started at the Broncos, he was the Broncos under 20s, I think.
And he went Rabbitohs.
Then he went Rabbitohs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think Broncos would win.
Man, good on him, man. I'm being serious. You know, some guys go to the NRL for a year and they just get over it, or they're injured, or they don't get selected. For him to still be around, in a starting spot, yeah, good on him. D. Marin 3 tries. Sunday also we got the Raiders Titans in Canberra.
Finally, they get a night game. Is this a night game? Oh, it
Yeah.
should be like a late evening, late afternoon game. Yeah, you just have to go Raiders, eh?
Yeah.
I think Ricky will.
You think blow it or nah?
I can never. Depends what Titans turn up, eh?
Yeah.
I
The
won't.
line's at 9.5.
Yeah, I think they cover 9.5.
Yes. Rabbitohs. Sunday, last game of the round. Tigers versus Rabbitohs, 10 versus 11. They're both paying $1.90 to win.
I got Rabbitohs.
You guys got Rabbitohs, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, good luck. Tigers are going to smash these
Really?
guys. No whānau Paulo there. I just saw it before we walked in.
Yeah.
I think Tigers will win. They
What's
should
your-
be favoured anyway.
Yeah. Just a big response after getting slapped by the Storm
Yeah.
at home.
Just more consistent as well.
Yeah.
I think what Rabbitohs were losing last week until some miracle plays.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so I'll go Tigers.
Here we go. And Panthers got the bye.
They would have lost.
Do you reckon they've still got enough points to make the 8, right?
Yeah, I don't. Oh, man, this competition is so tight this year. I don't think you can rule anyone out unless you're like a para or
Yeah.
yeah.
Talking Super Rugby, just a quick scan of the results from last week. We had the Drua get a hiding from the Blues, 34-5. Any special plays in that game for you?
Yeah, I think Satoto and them played well. It was a wet game, so it's hard to get a bit of momentum, and Bowden Barrett does what Bowden Barrett does, eh? Little silky skills, man.
Waratahs Reds, close game, 28-21 to the Reds.
Yeah, I wish the Waratahs won that one.
Yeah, come down to a crossfield kick, eh? A little crossfield kick, and
Yeah.
the Waratahs are struggling at the moment, bro. I think they're 10th, trying to get into this top 6.
Not gonna happen,
Yeah,
yeah.
Swali's gone now. I don't know. I think he broke his jaw, so we'll see what happens.
And they got the Blues.
And they got
Their last game of the season
game,
against the Blues.
yeah. And they've got the Brumbies this week, so
Yeah.
it's tough games.
We talked about Crusaders Chiefs before, 35-19. Anyone stand out for you in that game?
Oh, bro, just the whole Chiefs.
Yeah.
Like I think I like about the Chiefs is they just do it together. Obviously, good to see Damien McKenzie back, but yeah, it's just they just all have a go at it.
Yeah. Are they still, would you say that they're still the favourites to win the whole comp?
Yeah, bro. They had a bit of they lost to the Hurricanes the week before, and I was like, and they had a stacked team. It's just, I don't know. It's just the way the Hurricanes are playing at the moment. They're playing some good footy, so.
Force 14, Brumbies 33.
Yeah, it's
pretty straightforward. Yeah. Looking at the games coming up Friday. It's round 13. Is that correct?
Yeah.
No. Round 14. We've got the Hurricanes versus the Highlanders in Wellington.
Yeah, it'll be tough for the Highlanders to win that game. I think it'll be tough, as all those New Zealand derbies are, but I don't know. There's something about the Hurricanes. They've just found a whole new way to play.
Yeah.
I think Billy Proctor's come back, and he's come back at a good time, and he's just changed the team attack plan. So,
Do you think it's close?
No.
no, I don't think it's
They're
close.
like 15-point favourites, bro.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Waratahs Crusaders in Sydney.
Yeah, I think the Crusaders, they just got too many, a more complete game than the Waratahs.
Yeah.
But Waratahs are good for getting up for the big teams.
Yeah.
I just think the Crusaders be able to just put them away.
Would you, if you were to place a dollar on it, tight game?
I think, I think it'll be 13 plus.
Yeah. Very good. And then we have, what am I looking at here?
The Blues Moana?
Boys Moana.
Drua versus the Force. Churchill Park.
Well, that's their fortress, so I reckon draw. They just...
Yeah, should be easy win. Surely.
Yeah, it's Drew are out of the hunt, but Force
Still got a chance.
still got a chance, slight chance. They need some results to go their way, but
It's a hard place to do it at, though.
yeah, bro.
Game of the round, North Harbour Stadium. We've got Moana versus the Blues.
Yeah, man. I mean, the Blues are the favourites. There's no doubt about it. I think just going off the last game they played, if they can get rid of their if they can stop giving away so much penalties and even out the possession, because they just had no ball and there was no chance for them to try and get into their game because Blues had had the majority of the ball. And then I think if they can even that out, because we all know Moana can score tries as well, I think it'll be a close game.
How do you think the Blues would have prepared this week for this game? Knowing that they've got a lot of penalties in them. What does the coach say? What do they do? What's the lead up like?
I think they're just going to go to the more. They're going to go to the, taking him up front.
Yeah.
So what worked the last time, they just got to, Moana's just got to stop giving them easy inroads, because once you get into the 22, they're just going to maul you and then pick and go. And they're good at what they do.
Yeah.
And Moana aren't the best at defending.
Yeah.
But, like, Moana are good at doing it as well. So
Yeah.
it can be a high-scoring game, but if they can get the position count.
Yeah.
Which way are you leaning?
Oh, yeah, I'm probably leaning towards the Blues. I reckon the Moana could do an upset. Like, it's not within reach, but I think Blues are the...
Where would they attack the Blues?
Oh, just everywhere, bro. Like, exactly the same way. But they've got a better, like, forward runner base, and they can link back into their backs a lot better than the Blues have.
Yeah.
Blues are kind of back, but they're not back to where they were last year, like where they had the connection between forwards and backs. Whereas I think Moana do, but they just got a few more weaknesses in their game.
Yeah. So Blues.
The Blues. Oh, I think the Blues will win, but
It's there for them. Like, they're fifth at the moment on the table, and then they win this one, they'll either say they'll go a bit higher, and then they've got Waratahs at the end of the season.
Yeah.
So they control their own destiny with making the playoffs.
Okay. Chiefs got the bye, but the last game of the round will be a good one to watch in Canberra. Brumbies versus the Reds.
yeah, it'll be an interesting game, bro.
Yeah.
Hope Brumbies
I
get
think
the win.
Brumbies will take the win. It'll be interesting, bro, because they're both in the top 6 and they're trying to hold their placing to see if they can get to the top 2. Because obviously, I think Brumbies are second,
Yeah.
Crusaders are third. But if Brumbies want to get that home semi, they got to keep winning. I think they only got 2 games left, and if they get the 2, that's all sealed up and done.
Yep.
Very nice. Time to do some betting, boys. Everyone wants to do their own multi, eh? This will just be it, eh? Because I keep asking, but you guys want to do your own multis, eh? You like it?
I like the group ones, but I reckon with this week we're definitely doing our own ones.
Try to do both, eh?
Charles, what's your bring a leg, mate?
So for my bring a leg, for my multi, I've got this is the NBA game, Nuggets and OKC on Friday. It's Christian Braun over 1.5 3-pointers. Aaron Gordon over 0.5 steals and blocks. Roosters plus 4.5 first half handicap versus the Doggies. Broncos minus 10.5 versus the Dragons. And then Rabbitohs 1-12 against the Tigers. Combined odds of $33.
Bad man. There's some big odds there. Chazza, what are you looking at?
My multi is Melbourne Storm to cover 7.5, paying $2.15. Cowboys to win head-to-head. Hurricanes between 11 and 20 points, paying $3.30. Adi Savea, try scorer, $2.55. I think it's about $50.
Mean.
It's a bit of a long shot, but
I'll do my multi first because mine's pretty basic, and then
What, like 2 legs?
4, baby. I've got Eels money line against the Knights at $2.02. I've got Cowboys as well against Manly at $1.72. I got Rabbitohs money line against the Tigers at $1.90, and I got Raiders minus 9.5 against the Titans at $1.83.
Thailand.
I know what kind of man you are. What you got, Zeke?
I've been impressed with your just money line ones. Real safe. I like it.
My total only came to like $12 in it.
That's all
Yeah,
good.
man. That's it.
Mine's pretty wild. Came back from Sydney feeling a little bit.
He's a wild boy.
Spicy. I got New South Wales women's Origin over 1.5 tries in the first half.
Love it. Well done. You know, last time we weren't being supportive, and now I'm like, yeah.
So that game would be the night where this is, so Thursday. I got Warriors to win the first half against the Dolphins. Julian Arosa in the UFC versus $2.50. Myron Santos inside the distance at $4 in the UFC. And the under 2.5 rounds versus Elise Reed versus Denise Gomez, $2.50. That comes to $90.
He always does this, eh? Settle down, everyone. Settle down. Oh, man.
That's 5 legs.
5 legs.
Moving on to our signature bet. This is everyone's main one, right? It's lock or laugh. And everybody has the option to point at someone's lock and say, I'm going to laugh at that. That's why we call it lock or laugh. Charms, what do you got?
For my lock this week, I've got the Melbourne Storm to win by 1-12 versus the Cronulla Sharks, and it's paying $3.25.
Anybody want to laugh?
What was it?
Storm 1-12 against Sharks, paying $3.25.
You
At
don't
Shark
laugh at
Park.
that, aren't you?
I'll giggle.
Because of your
Giggle.
Did you want to laugh? Or
No.
Because I backed us all the way, man. Yeah.
Oh no, I was just saying because of his stat that he brought out earlier that since Nico Hines has left,
It's been 13 plus.
it's been 13 plus.
Yeah.
But he went, yeah. Anyway.
What's your luck, Chazza?
Yeah, there's probably going to be a few laughs, but here we go. I've got the Roosters Bulldogs. Roosters to cover 7.5, paying 198.
I like that.
Who are they playing?
The Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
I got the Warriors.
Did you want to laugh?
I was just about to. No.
I got the Warriors $1.82 versus the Dolphins. Man, if this is the week they lose, who's a weak link I can go after? No. Sean Johnson. No.
My lock this week, I've gone with an anytime try scorer by the name of Ezra Mann. $2.45.
I like that. He might get a
I
double,
like
mate.
that. $2.45.
Yeah.
I would want bigger odds, but yeah.
Anyway, just much love to everybody that's playing this weekend, you know. Go for God. Time for our Q&A. Zeke's got some questions that go to his DMs.
Nah, just him.
Just his?
First one is from our boy Jordan Wright. This is for Nate and Chimes. Do you have an early prediction for MVP and Super Bowl?
I
I can answer this. Trevor Lawrence.
I'm just going to throw this out there. I think Justin Herbert for regular season MVP.
Yeah.
I think the Chargers will go hard this year. I think they did really well with Harbaugh first year coming in from Michigan. So I think they'll do a bit better this year. And for Super Bowl, I just think it's the Eagles again.
Okay, cool. I'd like to pick, some other position, but the reality is that it's usually quarterbacks that win MVP. So I want to go with Joe Burrow for MVP. Chizza's going to love that even more since he hates the Bengals. But yeah, I think Joe Burrow is already one of the best quarterbacks in the league. The Bengals re-signed T. Higgins. So Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, they've got Chase Brown running back. Like, he's just going to be, as long as he stays healthy, he'll definitely be up there for MVP. And to win, got the 49ers.
Oh my God. This is not in Trump's America. We're not allowing this, bro.
How do you see them winning? Like,
Nah, it's like they've actually got the easiest schedule next season. So even though we've got rid of some players, we're a younger team.
when are you guys getting a real quarterback?
Hey, mate, we already got him. Big
Bro,
cock Brock.
hard.
Big cock Brock Purdy, baby.
Bro, you like him better than Trevor?
Huh?
Bro, Trevor would lead
the
him
Jaguars
to...
like Brock Purdy better than Trevor.
No, they don't.
They'll trade him for Brock Purdy in an instant, bro.
They should just give the ball to ETN to throw.
Oh, sorry, next one. This one's for Charlie. Charlie, what are your thoughts on the Lions squad and who do you have winning?
Yeah, bro, it's a mean team. Like, I think the thing I like the most about the Lions team is the coaching staff. Really good coaching staff. The only thing that comes along with Lions is that you're just trying to control a team and their egos, because one team is going to play against Australia and the other team is going to play the Force, the Waratahs and the Reds. So guys are trying to obviously they know they're going to miss out. They're not in the main team, and what that looks like and how you control it. That's always the hardest part about the Lions team, because you come all this way, you're in this big team, but you're there to play the Waratahs and the Reds and not the Aussie team. I think the Lions would win the series. I think they're just so stacked.
I haven't seen that much anticipation for a Lions announcement for ages.
I think too, like they're throwing out this like Pacific Island team, or the mixed team.
The one that Izzy Folau wanted to play in?
Yeah, the one that Israel Folau wants to play in, and Ian Foster's coaching it. So, you got interest from the guys on this side, and NZR come out saying if it doesn't interrupt with our international season, that they can have some players, but it just depends on who. And so I think ABs are out, but they can take some of the other boys. So the guys that miss out, who I don't know who it is and who will be in the ABs, but I think the Lions will win it. They're just so.
Man, I'd love to see Artie in that team, eh?
Oh, in that team.
Yeah.
But what is the team?
It's like it's just a Pacific Island selection, eh?
Yeah, like an all-star team.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like a New Zealand Australia
DEI.
team.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think you're just filling the void of Rebels that they had kind of Rebels
okay.
slot, and you've given it to this team.
Phil Wall blocked that, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why the Wallabies suck.
He
what do
blocked
we-
what?
He blocked Izzy's move.
To play for that selection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would we ever collab with another sports or sports betting podcast? If so, who? That's from @FIKST.
I don't know for sports betting, but man, I'd love to have a session with Willie Mason and
Bro.
and Scope, bro. That would be out the gate.
Or Matty Johns and Cooper.
That would be in a nightclub. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Anyone else?
Pat McAfee? No.
Oh, mate, we got to pay to have him.
Yeah.
We already had that one. Smokey picks for Origin. Thoughts on the run it straight thing that's going on? That's from Dan Saleh 15 on Twitter.
I like run it because it feels like it's. I don't want to be stinkier. I like the concept. I worry about the safety of some people doing it.
Yeah.
And there was one guy I seen, I think this was the run it straight one. I saw someone get knocked out and all the kids ran over him and were all cheering. I'm like, wait, hold on a second. Where's the ambo? Or
It's a bit barbaric.
Some of those
Yeah.
knockouts are brutal, man. Like with the arms still in the air and stuff like that.
But I like what they're trying to do. Like they're using initiative. Like they got no, like with Nelson, I saw for Solomona in his camp, like they've got resources, you know.
So is there a run it and a run it straight?
There's a run it straight and there's a run it. I think the horse's name's Charisma. Bro, this stuff's awesome. Like what they've done, like through their own hard work and effort, they got their camera dudes or like their mates, and they've been doing around all these regional, like, you know, local neighborhood parks and done it that way. And their ones actually had the bigger reach. Like their one went to ESPN, Pat McAfee show. Like they were using all the clips, and this is off just the local one, right?
Yeah.
Whereas Nelson's one's a bit more polished, and they've got like proper marketing, they've got proper sponsors. I mean, so does Run It Straight. I think they're sponsored by a casino, but there's a difference in the way they're presented. And I think if you're wanting to enter, like, you know, you don't just have some guy just going to pull the cash out of ATM. You know, you got these guys who like transfer it to your bank account or something like that. But props to both of them. I know there's a New Zealand one that's got a kick-off soon called Up the Guts. I think one of the doctors out east is setting that up. But yeah, it's one of those things where there's a lot of teething problems when you start it, and whereas you've got other people who've really organised like bigger things, so there's not so much problems when you put it to scale. So once it gets bigger, that's the dangerous part. When it gets bigger, things get a bit loose. So you got to be careful with how you run it.
Yeah, I'm probably the only thing I'm worried about, bro, is those tackles, bro, and like there has to be a bit more, I don't know, rules towards how you tackle, because some of those are just straight shoulder barges, like to the head, because you know.
Man, I even cringe. I think just from knowing about like brain health and knowing the concussion dangers, and I even cringe watching KOs in UFC. You know.
But the Americans, have you seen some of the reactions from the American audience?
Yeah,
They
some
can't
big
believe it.
streamers,
Like, they
man.
already buzz out rugby as it is.
Yeah.
With rugby, like no headgear and helmets and things like that. Now you're doing it with guys literally just going like this, and they're big boys, generating a lot of speed, and then they see what happens, right? Just guys get knocked out cold.
I mean, we've seen people over the last 20 years who are like, it just takes one hit and you're in a wheelchair, you know?
Yeah.
But if you're doing it for $5,000, it's like,
Because, true, that's a good point. So what happens when someone does suffer something really significant? Does that mean that just...
well, like, you know, those
They come to
disclaimers
dollars and
mean,
just
like,
walk
you
away.
know, obviously you sign those waivers, right?
Yeah.
But they actually mean nothing. These are just waivers that guys just write up. I don't know if they've been checked off by a
Oh,
lawyer.
yeah.
I don't know if they talk to any professionals outside the sport. They look after, like, you know, the health of the, you know, it's... I don't know. I'd like to see a waiver to see what it reads, you know, if it's just someone who just got on ChatGPT and how it holds up. Because, man, like I'm not being a stink guy, but when you see some of the dudes, I'm like, I'm pretty sure you don't have health insurance.
Yeah. Last one. Who are the top combat prospects coming out of New Zealand? I got one. Would you know any?
No, sorry.
I've
Like,
got-
what
I
age
don't-
are you talking like
Just any prospect that hasn't gone pro yet.
I haven't got pro. No, I wouldn't.
I don't really pay attention to anything outside of jiu-jitsu, to be honest. I think there is one guy who I've trained with who just cracked it onto the biggest grappling show that's happening this year. So this guy Bilal, I think this is how you pronounce his name. Itabadi.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, he made Craig Jones's grappling event.
Oh yeah.
So the second event this year, and he's participating for Team Australia. I trained with him. He freaking tapped me out like 4 times in 3 minutes, bro.
And he's smaller than you?
Nah, he's big.
Oh, whoa. Hey, this guy.
He'll be about the same size.
Yeah.
He's about 24 though. So yeah. And there's another guy, a Chinese kid. I don't know his name. I'll get his name later. But he's the youngest black belt in New Zealand, I think. Yeah. So
I remember we had a chat ages ago. Is it like, you know how some people just get handed black belts?
yeah.
Is this one of those situations?
Nah.
No.
But I trained with this guy. I felt sorry for him. I was like, he's Asian. I'll go soft. Bro, he tapped me. Yeah. So yeah. So I think a lot of the guys, you can tell who's legit and who's not. And if you are getting a cheap black belt, then you eventually get found out.
Yeah. How would someone like Charlie do in jiu-jitsu?
We've got a strong base, obviously it's rugby based size, but I think it depends who you go up against. You get these little leg lockers who just rip every limb off you. But first layer of defense will be good.
Yeah, he was telling me how people called him the Samoan Brock Lesnar.
Get a leg lock like Frank Mir.
That's us, eh?
No, that's us.
That's us.
Yeah.
Anyway, good show, fellas. Welcome back, Chazza.
Subscribe.
Okay, Chazza.
Yes. Hey, fuck you, motherfuckers. Fucking like, subscribe, share it out, please. If you see do me a favor, right? If you ever see a Betsndat reel show up, just write anything on it. I'm trying to get a sponsor here, man. Just write your name, write your mum's name, write your dad's name. I don't care. Just write something on it, bro. But that's us. We love you guys. But gotta leave you now.
See you.
Peace.